What's actually healthy, even though everyone thinks it's not. The first time I cried as an adult, I was surrounded by terrified children at my nephew's birthday party. When I was 23, I hadn't cried in 11 years. Not once. Not when grandma died. Not when Sarah left. Not when I got fired from my dream job. My therapist called it emotional constipation. I called it being a man. My dad raised me on a simple rule: tears are for the weak. Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about, he'd say, and he meant it. By middle school, I'd mastered the art of swallowing everything. Anger, sadness, fear. It all went down like broken glass. I'd been having the dreams for months. The same nightmare every night. I'm drowning in a room filled with water. But the water isn't water. It's all the tears I never shed. They're thick, viscous, choking me. I wake up gasping. My sheets soaked with sweat but my eyes bone dry. My breaking point came 3 weeks later. I was at my nephew's birthday party, watching him blow out candles. 4 years old, pure joy on his face. When he opened his present, a toy truck I'd spent weeks picking out, he started crying. Happy tears. My brother immediately swooped in. Hey, big boys don't cry. Come on, be tough like Uncle Mike. Something snapped inside me. I stood up so fast my chair fell over. Don't you dare, I said, my voice shaking. Don't you fucking dare. The party went silent. 20 adults staring at me. My brother looked confused. Mike, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? I laughed, but it came out broken. I haven't cried in 11 years, Tom. 11 years. Do you know what that does to a person? I could feel it building in my chest, something huge and unstoppable, like a dam about to burst. My nephew looked scared. The other kids had stopped playing. I feel nothing. I continued louder now. I'm dead inside. I can't feel happy. I can't feel sad. I can't feel anything. Because Dad beat it out of me and now I'm watching you do the same thing to him. My voice cracked on the last word, and then it happened. One tear. Just one. Rolling down my cheek like it was the most natural thing in the world. But it felt like an earthquake. Like every emotion I'd buried for 11 years was clawing its way to the surface. My knees buckled. I sat down hard on the kitchen floor and started sobbing. Not pretty crying. Ugly, messy, snot everywhere crying. The kind that comes from your toes and brings up everything you've been choking down. I cried for Grandma, for Sarah, for every moment I'd felt something and forced it back down. The room was dead silent except for my sobs. Then I heard little footsteps. My nephew walked over and sat down next to me. It's okay, Uncle Mike, he said, patting my back. Daddy cries too. I see him in the garage sometimes. I looked up at my brother through blurry eyes. He was standing there with tears streaming down his face too. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. That's when everyone else broke. My sister-in-law, my mom, even my dad, all of them crying. Like my tears had given them permission to feel again. The party turned into something else entirely. We sat in that kitchen and talked about things we never talked about. Real things, painful things. My dad told me about his own father, who'd beaten the emotion out of him with a belt. My brother admitted he'd been seeing a therapist for anxiety. My mom confessed she'd been on antidepressants for years. It was the most honest conversation our family had ever had. And it started with me falling apart on a kitchen floor. My nephew asks me about it sometimes. Uncle Mike, why do grown-ups think crying is bad? I tell him it's because we're scared. Scared that if we start feeling, we won't be able to stop. Scared that people will think we're not strong enough to handle life. Last month, I started a support group for men who've forgotten how to cry. We meet every Tuesday in the basement of a church. 8 guys, all different ages, all carrying the same wound. The first rule of floodgates: no apologies for tears. The second, if someone says, man up, we all cry louder. My dad came to a meeting last week, 72 years old, sitting in a circle with 7 other men, learning how to cry for the first time since he was my nephew's age. He looked at me afterward and said, I'm proud of you, son. You're braver than I ever was. Then he cried, and I cried.